Courage and honor, cousin.
Into the fires of battle. Onto the anvil of war.
Where are your brothers in arms now? On your shoulders you pull. All humanity forward till your time is paid in full. Where humanity's finest, young Imperium son. Show them all where the line is now until the day is won. Hold your head up now, soldier, till your roles fulfilled. Keep our enemy back no matter how much blood is spilled. Stand your post and keep your oath to those upon the throne of gold. Well, your brothers in arms now, on your shoulders you pull. All humanity forward till your time is paid in full. Well, the radical masters, young Imperium son, hold the line with your life, young man, until your time is come.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, a master of million worlds by the might of inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the Karen Lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day, so that he may never truly die. Yet even in this deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the warp, and only route between distant stars, their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest amongst his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors. To be a man in such times is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promises of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future there is only war. Yet, if one has but the courage and fortitude, you can survive in the dark hells of the galaxy, and more importantly, you can make a lot of money. Pirates, scoundrels, rogue traders, mercenaries, and thieves thrive on the outer rims of the Empire of Man, where the iron fists of the High Lords of Terra is laxed. It is here where our story begins. On the eastern fringes of the Ultima Segmentum, northeast of the Tau Empire, rests a small galactic sector known as the Geminus Alliance. Ruled by a barbarous and roguish pirate king, it is a collection of 3 small planets, Geminus Prime, Horkaya, and Balradus. It is a lawless place, where many races make their home, yet as it is the denizens of pirates and thieves of all races with one rule and one rule only. Don't get caught. Now our story starts at the smallest of these 3 planets, Balradus. For its size, it is far too overpopulated. Every inch of the planet is covered with cities that turned to rust long ago, when new cities built upon them, and the population hubs built atop them. The expansion upwards has only been stopped by the upper atmosphere, where it became impossible to breathe. Yet in defiance of even this, 3 spaceports have been built surrounding the smog-filled planet, each designed by the major populace of the planet. The streamlined advanced Tau starport is the smallest, called Auta Ralun. Yet it is the small side as well as known to hold some of the most advanced laboratories and armories for 1,000 worlds around. The second starport is the largest and most cumbersome, simply named Blood and Tooth. Designed by the orcs, it is a loud and unruly place, and has been known to explode, occasionally, figuratively as well as literally. Yet as quickly as chaos consumes the starport, it is just as quickly put back together. The final spaceport is the most reliable for newcomers named Dawn's Light. Built and governed by humans, it is the most organized for newcomers to this strange world. Ezra, you mind rolling me a d6 real quick?
Sure.
All right, let's see where you guys end up.
5.
5? Okay. You end up, you guys are going to end up showing up on Dawn's Light. You mind rolling me a d6?
Yes. I probably should have these dice ready.
4.
4? Yes.
The number of fingers I have.
So you guys start out anyways at Dawn's Light, and you guys go to sit down anyways at a table at the space lounge known as Comfortief. And a human by the name of Lucas Brimthal, a small Weasley-looking human who barely looks up at the four of you as you sit down at your chairs. Now, real quick, I want you guys to roll group perception for me.
All right. Give me a moment.
Great. That's the wisdom modifier. If I
Guys.
Yeah.
Don't tell me everybody's just seeing this.
No.
Okay.
17.
17, okay.
I love having to do this. This seems like my normal day job. 9.
Because Kyle, your camera's off.
Oh, I do not know how that happened. 13 for me.
Okay, so 13, 17.
No, 9.
Oh, no.
No,
You got a 17.
I got the 17.
What'd you roll?
I haven't rolled yet.
You want
I'm playing the technician.
Hey, it's better than my Christmas.
me to roll for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure what's going on here, guys.
I'm gonna leave that up for a moment. Why?
My camera. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good, man. This is the first time we've actually had to try to run this, so far it's going actually better than our last stream.
Which we removed. No, we didn't.
So, which
put
we
it
get
up.
on the dice? 18?
Yeah, 18.
Oh, so 19.
So as you guys walk into this tavern, you could call it has a very strange stench to it. Mold coats the walls, all sorts of mushrooms growing out of it, all sorts of different colors, shapes, and sizes. Some even farting as you pass anyways with green toxins. It's mainly an orc establishment, so mostly all you see are orcs and grots in there. There's an occasional human that seems to be holding their nose as they're ordering their drinks. Because you guys rolled high enough anyways, the order of the day anyways for drinks anyways in an orc establishment would be fungus beer.
Yes.
Which is very alcoholic and slightly hallucinogenic. There are only 4 tables, all of which anyways are actually placed on all the corners. And they did this on purpose so that people can't just simply grab said table and huck it at other people. It's bolted into the walls. And you happen to go to the far one to the left. This is where you end up meeting Mr. Lucas, who sits there anyways and barely looks up anyways from his data sheet anyways. He's looking at him and he goes, "Oh, you must be Micaiah's boys. Now let's see. Who's who? We got, who's the big fella over here?"
I assume he's pointing to.
And he points over to the large metallic robot that comes in and just calmly sits down and just stays motionless at the table.
So I am a former Necron Lord.
Might help if you also give your name.
His name is Anucabarum. Lishek kept. But the people in the party call me Anu because, let's face it, that'd be way too long to constantly call.
Orc brain don't work that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a small little scarab companion that's my sole remaining follower. My planet got destroyed by 2 separate comets, and because such, not only was my awakening disrupted, it permanently made me depressed because the odds of that happening is ridiculous. I ended up on the ship due to the orc that's sitting across from me,
Who
who
we'll
tried
get to
to
in a minute
use
here.
me as a battering ram because I was stuck in an emotional state until some weird, funky, teleporty stuff happened, which jump-started me.
let's be honest. You even after you got out of stasis, you're still kind of not moving around. Just from being depressed more. Less because of being in stasis, more just because you're just depressed all the time now.
Yeah.
So, when he asks, who are you, anyways? How would you respond to him?
I'm Anu.
Okay. New to you too. Who's you must be Grut, what?
Gratzrull, Gutzrippa.
Ah, yes. I'm sure you want some fungus spears. He motions to the Grot who comes running in and slams a tankard down anyways and goes tootling off.
Stupid Grot. Starts chugging down. All right, so do I need to explain myself in orc, or can I actually give my backstory?
Well, depends on how you think you actually think, I guess.
Okay.
Your inner monologue, is he a refined orc, or is he...
He's been around long enough that in his mind he is...
an established gentleman. Fair enough.
For the
So how did he end up on the Rogue Trader ship?
So, originally, I was a Death Skull. Just a knob. And the big boss of kept feeling like I kept getting the short end of the stick because I keep looting stuff. But every single time I loot stuff, the big boss would take my loot. Because I'd find all the good stuff. I was the best at finding all the good loot, and he'd be like, mine.
It's a vicious cycle.
Until eventually I found a freebooter captain who's like, you're really good at what you do. You should come with us. And so I was like, good idea. One thought. And before I left, I took the big boss's most prized possession, which is a custom shooter. Uh-huh. So it's a twin-barreled shooter with a burner at the bottom of it.
It's good sound effects. I love the thing.
So eventually, while we were raiding, finding all the good loot, as pirates / orcs are known for, we came across, floating through space, Anu.
Yeah.
Anu. And I was like, I know the exact perfect the exact perfect thing for this. And then we happened to be going on a raid, so I used him as a battering ram. Until eventually, we were about to use a different technology. Instead of boarding as traditional orcs would, which is essentially just shooting a missile with a bunch of orcs inside, into the side, we were going to use teleporter technology. And unfortunately, when I brought the necron with me, it messed up the teleporter. And so instead of ending up inside the ship, we kind of ended up somewhere in the middle of space, just floating. Until eventually we came across another ship, which happened to be a Rogue Trader ship.
How'd you end up breathing? Never mind. Orc tomfoolery, yes.
Exactly.
No.
You've seen Grots shot out of cannons and still be alive in space, thinking that they can fly.
So he kind of looks at you anyway. Oh, so when he says, you kind of give your name. He goes, okay, you're the orc. Fair enough. Now let's see. We've got an Eldar here, and we got a big fella. Well, ironically, not all that big, but just sitting behind Grotz or what? Gratzrull, anyways, is this kind of hulking presence, but rather short for who he is. There's steam anyways coming out of the back anyways of his pack. He's got giant ceramic armor, and it's very apparent, even though for his short size, that this is a Astartes warrior.
Pretty sure you meant ceramite.
Go for it, Kyle.
Okay. I was part of the Fallen when served under Luther for a while and did not get too far up in my ranks, but I was a decent soldier and eventually was scattered by the warp and ended up finding myself in with the rogue trading crew and kind of lost my own ways and found myself doing a bit more drinking and more than I had been doing fighting, and kind of spent my days with this group of rogue traders kind of hanging, kind of just barely hanging on, and kind of came through and met these fellows kind of scattered through space as oh god, I'm sorry about that.
That was the sound that happened when we met. It's like do 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 do. New friend added to party.
That's how I ended up on the Rogue Trader ship. Yeah, I just got this ding and it summoned me like a lift.
Your space Uber is here.
All right.
And,
So, would you sit down at the table? Or what would you end up doing, anyways, after he acknowledges who you are? Oh, what was your name again?
it is Ezykyle.
All right,
Ezykyle.
yeah.
And
Ezykyle.
You can call me
Dark Angel.
Spelled
Makes
with
sense.
the Y, right?
Yeah.
Ezykyle or Ezykyle. It's fine.
So, what would you do? Okay, so you mentioned, anyways, your name to him, and he goes, "Oh, okay." And what would you do?
I just sit down with the rest of the guys and allow the fourth to introduce himself.
How tall is he again? He's 6 feet?
He's rather short for a space marine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, 6 feet in the armor?
Yeah.
Oh wow, he's really short for a space marine.
He's like Maximilian Voss size.
Not as wide, though.
Yeah. Nobody's, yeah. Nobody has the gains of Maximilian Voss. But so then he looks over anyways at the last person at the table who sits down without even being asked. He goes, Eldari.
Monkey. So, a pleasure. My name is Vathor Wraithcrest, and I'm an Eldari Corsair, or at least I was. I started my life on a craft world following the path of the warrior, but I'd never been particularly good at following directions, and nor was I very good at the whole deadening your emotions thing that's required of a craft world Eldar. So very soon
There's always a...
yeah. So very soon it became obvious that living such a life of keeping my emotions to myself was simply not for me. But the last thing I was going to do was try to find a Drukhari ship and
He's like,
take
not
a...
as twisted as the Drukhari. Okay.
I like my emotions. I don't like him that much.
I like a little bit of emotion is okay. Maybe sometimes I want to crash out. Maybe not turn somebody into a couch.
Right. Well, still
You
alive.
need a couple more arms, you know.
Yeah. So I took to the path of the outcast, stole an extra fighter from my craft world, got as far as I could, found a crew, did pretty well for myself for a while before attempting to start a mutiny after learning that our wages were being garnished. Best way to put it. Another
Storm
way to put it. Yeah. Eventually was given the Corsair version of walking the plank, which was taking an escape pod and being sent off as far as possible. Almost crashed into the Rogue Trader ship.
At least they didn't jettison you.
At least they didn't jettison me. That was at least I would I think it was some form of death by exile. Would have run out eventually, but still here, still kicking. And I was taken up by the Rogue Trader and decided to use my smuggling expertise to his advantage.
Oh, right. Because, well, now everybody's acquainted. We have 3 jobs, anyways, that are available for you. Now, the first one was given to me by...
Person number 8.
Person number 8.
You shall be named Anonymous.
Nope. His name is Lord Squatticus. Now, Lord Squatticus wishes to rule the human aspects of Balratus. Yes. But after his father died, in his will he declared that only the person who possesses the jewel of 1,000 worlds could inherit his governorship, along with its powers and wealth. Unfortunately, The jewel resides in the sacred cathedral of Isabella, of the order of her martyred lady. Squatticus's father had the jewel taken there for a couple of reasons. The first was there comes a certain amount of defense when they're guarded by, of course, the Sisters of Battle. Secondly, he made a pact with the priests of the cathedral that it would take upon his death, provided that they would be auctioned off for 500,000 golden gelts. Golden gelts? Emperor gelts. Throne gelts.
Gelts of some kind.
Gelts of some kind, yes. That would be the starting bid, would be 500,000 gelts. This was done so that the ecclesiarchy would get its pound of flesh from the very heretical world, and the priest would turn a blind eye to all the Xenos running about. Sorry. It'd be a cruel blow for his lordship.
He's just looking at the orc instead of anybody else.
It's like specifically the orc. It's like, what?
Not even like the death robot. It's always going to be the orc. Sorry, man. But yeah.
I'm only going to do the outcast. You can have a metal robot and the tiny guy and the tiny skinny dude. Of course, the orc is going to be the most outrageous one out of all of them.
Well, it's like,
But it was cruel to understand the 500,000 gelts. It was a cruel blow to his lordship because only one of his brothers could afford 500,000 thrones. That was his older brother, Philus Scrotius, who gained all his wealth, all his ill-gotten gains. Squatticus assures you, yes. It was all ill-gotten gains.
Whoever decided on your naming, on your nomenclature, clearly has a lot of...
His father was not very pleased with his sons, apparently.
He wanted a daughter the entire time.
I wouldn't be either.
Now, according to the old man's will, it really doesn't matter how you come across the jewel, only that you obtain it. So Squatticus has 5 older brothers, all of which, who he is letting you guys know, are gathering men of ill repute to try to steal said jewel. He wants you to do it first. All right, so that's choice number 1. The other job that we've got here anyways, this one is actually sent to you by the Lord of the Tau. And this is the Pantheon of Champions. It has come around again. It comes every 10 years, where the boss, the governor, and the local ethereal gather a spectacle of grand display for the whole planet. Each leader is allowed 10 competitors to wear their colors and compete for 3 unique prizes, each one a mighty honor. It has been over a millennia since one of the leaders has won all 3 prizes, and the last time it was the human governor. But since then, anyways, this is the first time there hasn't been a human governor established. So the Tau Ethereal, anyways, wants to make sure they get it. So he's already got a team, anyways, of fire, water, and earth cast. But he figured, anyways, he would hire you, fine folks. Some finer than others. To help along, anyways, in this quest. And the third one, quite frankly, anyways, is, where's Malachi? Why hasn't he shown up with you?
He had other business to attend to.
Really?
That's all he would tell me.
Malachi is the name. Malachi Bartholomew.
Personally, why do you care?
Oh, because I was given this orb, anyways, specifically, anyways, was only to be handed to him personally.
Unfortunately, he won't be making it.
Ah, well, then I guess you've only got 2 quests that you guys look at. Does anybody want to know what this third quest is?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Okay, you guys got to figure out a way, anyways. Who wants to persuade him to give you guys the orb?
Oh, I think I can do that.
Okay. How would you go about doing that?
I think I also have a negative in that.
I've got a +5. So
Okay,
I think I got
okay.
this. Maybe. Let's not. Knock on wood there.
Okay, so what would you say?
Well, I would probably say, even if he is not currently here to accept such an egregious honor, we are just as much his tools as the chainsword and the bolt pistol on his belt. If there is anything that may be bequeathed to him, we will take and treat with the utmost care to make sure that only our eyes and his own will see it.
Okay, go ahead, roll d20.
Fuck.
Okay.
That's not a good sign.
Does anybody want to help him, by the way? Does anybody have any stats that they can actually help anyways in a roll?
Got
Any
intimidation.
I
kind
was
of
about to say, I got intimidation. Oh boy.
What about you over there, Kyle?
I believe I also have.
You're a paladin. You might be able to help him.
I can intimidate him.
Do you have Bard of Inspiration? No, that's a bard, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Just the help action gives me advantage, so I can roll again. But
Oh, yeah. Does anybody have the help action?
Nope.
no, it's an action for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a base one.
Oh,
I'll help.
Sure.
okay. Well, so, but to help anyways, you'd have to anyways say something anyways that would actually help, not just go, help.
Stand there.
So,
I'm helping.
Am I be the one helping him here?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. I'm just to say you. I insist you let us see the third option. I can attest by what he has said. We can pretty much do anything that Maliki could.
Okay. Go for it.
That's one with the breach. That's better. That's plus 6. So 19.
19.
So he kind of looks at you, and then he looks over at the Space Marine. And he goes, "Well, as long as an Astartes is with you, that's okay with me." And he hands you guys this orb, and I'm assuming you turn it on.
Yes.
So you turn it on, anyways, and a little hologram pops up, and it's this giant necron. It's another robot, anyways, and you can hear anyways, but his face is obviously too close to the hologram projector. And you can hear him go, "Is this thing on? How? I have to push the red button. I did, but it didn't say it's activated. Oh, how was I supposed to know that?
We can hear you, sir.
Descendants of Bartholomew Bilko, it is I, Trazyn the Infinite.
Oh.
And I require your assistance to acquire an artifact for me. My scouts have found the Song of Entropy. Unfortunately, I will need help acquiring it as it is located on Arctarius Prime." Okay, real quick, roll history for me. All of you guys.
Oh, I don't know if I'm good with this. Oh, I'm okay with this, actually. Oh, dirty 20.
I got a natural 20.
And it rolls off that.
Whoa. You good?
Don't die there, Yuksen.
10 plus 3 plus 16.
What'd you get, Kyle?
I rolled a 10.
Okay, so everybody other than Kyle, which kind of makes sense because you were stuck in the warp for as long as you were. The Song of Entropy is one of the, I believe it's 7 artifacts of Vulcan. So the concept is that if you can get all 7 artifacts, what the salamanders believe is if you can acquire all 7 artifacts, then Vulcan will show back up. So they've been hunting for these relics this entire time, and ironically, another person who has been hunting for these relics because that's who he is, anyways, is Trazyn the Infinite for his libraries of Salamis. So he's found one. Unfortunately, the rest of you guys understand. Ironically, even the orc. It's like, oh yes, the Song of Entropy, of course. but not the Space Marine. Wow. Anyways. Yes. But the other thing though that you really would have picked up anyways is that he said unfortunately is on Octarius Prime. Now, this one actually you would also know too, Kyle. Anyways, Octarius has been in brutal war and conflict for like the last 100 years, I want to say. Pretty much the Tyranids and the Orcs have been just beating the crap out of each other in the Octarius
For some reason,
As they do.
the
For
Imperium
years.
has decided to invade everyone's.
Yeah, because they know anyways that whoever wins that, the Imperium loses. Because it's either A, the Orcs there are just going to be so big and buff by the time they kill the Tyranids, they're just going to go after the next closest thing, which is the Empire. Or the Tyranids anyways, their genes anyways will be morphed so much anyways by consuming so much biomass by the Orcs that they will be unstoppable.
I would hate to see a Tyranid with any form of orcish power.
Go to the Octarius.
Cheered in with the ability to use the power of make believe.
Yeah, that's
Oh, jeez.
that's
Well, they wouldn't
devastating.
be able to do that anyways because they all follow the hive mind.
It's
So
still a
you have
terrible
an
thought process.
imagination?
Anyways,
No.
if you accept this mission, then you must locate my scout, a rather rude mercenary by the name of Drak Arkthul. His location is attached to the box. Payment will be 3 billion golden throne gelts, 2 XV-25 battlesuits, 5 lightning arc battery guns, and per your ancient lord's request, my 10 remaining Black Lord Astartes, freed of the mind-shackled scarabs, of course. Yet the sooner you acquire the artifact, the better. I've heard whispers that this information has been passed to the chapter master of those pesky salamanders, Touchon, who will soon be arriving back home to his brief spent on Nocturne. And once there, he will pass the information on to Vulcan Hustan. Curse his name.
Is it Heston?
You say Hustan, I say Hustan. I'm Trazyn. I don't give a shit what you think.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Now, no doubt when he hears this, he will summon the whole bloody Salamander chapter to his aid, and perhaps more, to obtain the artifact. If you agree to these terms, hit the green button on the box. If you wish to decline, the red. But know this. If you decline, the contractual agreement I had with your ancestors will cease to exist, and you will no longer find safe harbor amongst the Necron worlds. The Necron, by the way, looks as if to turn off the box, and then he looks back at the screen and he goes, Oh, yes, forgive my matters. Have a pleasant day. So Lucas looks at you guys and goes, well, there you go. You've got 3 things you can decide on what will be. Yes, Lucas is the ultimate NPC. But go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves.
I already say, even though I don't know what life means, Trazyn is Trazyn. Let's just disregard that one. It's have it probably be to begin with.
Hold on. What guns? What Darker? The get promised Darker.
You won't be able to fit in the DACA. They're made for small people.
No. I think he's referring to the 5 lightning arc battery guns. Those you attach to like warships. Those are for like spaceships.
Okay.
Big Darker.
Or are you talking about the XV-25 battle
That's
suits?
type.
Yeah, those are. Right, those are the stealth shoots at the Tau. Which are kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Which means
I still-
one person would be able to be.
I don't know if I
Right,
can fit
yes.
in that actually.
You just put your feet in it. It kind of works. You know?
7'5" guy trying to get in a little tiny suit. Yeah.
Ironically, if he took off his power armor, Kyle could fit in one too.
There you go. Oh man.
But there you go. Yeah, that's your 3 quests, guys. You can figure it out.
The main concern that I have is declining such an offer from Trazyn. That does put us in a very bad position. Completely making an entire dynasty's contract with the Xenos race null and void. It might not be the best idea to reject it so quickly.
Big Darker. Plus, you never know. I might be able to make those suits work.
From what I've
Never
heard of the
doubt
past,
orc
majority of
ingenuity.
dynasties don't give a frick about Trazyn and his ideals anyways. So his statement that we would be safe on Necron worlds is pretty flawed.
Roll for perception real quick.
Okay.
Or history, actually. Roll for history.
History, yeah. Perception is
Sorry,
like-
roll for history. My bad.
So 17.
Okay, so, well, yes, what you say is true. You do also remember, though, anyways, that Trazyn is still an overlord. So he still has particular rights, and there are, anyways, ways that he can smooth thing over, anyways, with, like, trade with rogue traders for other worlds as well. So it is actually it is beneficial, but the aspect of how beneficial you don't know personally. It could be, I mean, who knows? Because it's like you said, anyways, it's Trazyn. So it could be, anyways, it's like you could step on a Necron world and they like assault you with gold coins, kind of thing. Or it could be they just don't wake up. You just don't really know, but you do know, anyways, that he does have the power, anyways, to kind of, he can actually make things a little bit smoother, anyways, for like rogue traders with the Necron dynasties. Yeah. How much authority? How much authority, anyways, is a different question.
Because the first people that pop in mind is Stormlord, Oricon.
Well, he's pissed them all off at some point or another, but he still works. They still work with him.
Yeah.
Lore wise, anyways. But what about It's kind of. You're gonna have to speak up a little bit, by the way, Kyle. Anyways, over here, if you want to be heard.
Okay.
It's a little quiet.
I do also have my tendencies of not angering Trazyn. I've seen and heard some of the things he's done in the past. It's also the double-edged sword of working with him. So, but I would rather not cross him.
You guys are deciding.
You're
the deciders.
The Pantheon would probably be up his ideals.
The Pantheon? Which one was that one again?
That was the there's a contest and the Tau wants to take the gold, essentially.
Right. Ooh, yes. Ooh, wait.
So, to boil it down anyway. So Lucas looks at you guys and goes, okay, boil it down. You've got a suicide mission, you've got the Olympics, and you've got steal from a church.
Note.
He's the ultimate helpful NPC. That's what he's there for.
I suppose there's no need to press the red button right away with Trazyn. After all, he did specifically request that it make its way towards our rogue trader, who conveniently is nowhere to be seen currently. Far be it from us if the mission might be due to other endeavors that he has been going on.
Right.
I was trying to see if I had actually mentioned, anyways, how many days he had before he had to push the red button or the green button.
Don't believe so.
You didn't.
When I was writing the script for this, anyways, I was like, I should probably put something in there on that, and then I never did.
Well, I guess.
Oh, wait, no! No, I did. You have 3 solar days to acknowledge. 3 days.
3 days!
And then how long is do we know how long the Tau Olympics is supposed to be for?
Are you asking? Or? I didn't mention it. If that.
How long is the fish face event for?
Oh, you're talking about the echelon of the gold. Is that what I called it?
The Pantheon,
yes.
The Pantheon of the Gold.
The Pantheon of the Gold. Oh, that lasts for a good solid 2 weeks. 2 weeks of revelry, of drinking, and sporting competitions.
God, I hope they have wine.
Yes, they do.
Wonderful.
Along with all the liquors you could possibly want to taste. Fungus beer flows on rivers of fountains.
We're losing them.
I think we might want to do the Pantheon.
We need to work on your whispering.
What's whispering?
Exactly. Just very loudly proclaimed.
What you on about, Scrawny?
think that is scrawny, isn't it?
It's scrawny, yeah. And then for the Drukari, it's spikies.
Right.
It's either pointy or pansy.
That too.
Those are the two.
Pointy. What was the other one?
Pansy.
Pansy.
That's what the older version is. Panze.
Ah.
Probably.
Do they still use Beaky Boy?
Beakies.
Beakies. Okay.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I don't see the harm.
Okay,
in a little,
so-
I'm sure very friendly competition.
Mind you, if we're trying to make sure that we go with the Trazyn one and another one, we don't know how long the church thievery is going to go.
I have a feeling that if we don't choose the church thievery, that's going to very quickly be gone if we decide to do the Pantheon. I believe we only have enough time for one of these options. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yeah.
Roll for perception.
Choice. So,
Perception is wisdom, so +3. Dirty 20.
Okay. You got the understanding, anyways, that if you take the Pantheon of Gold, anyways, that's going to last longer than the 3 days that you have. Okay. But the heist, anyways, it depends on how fast you can run through that, pretty much. So you might have the option, anyways, of doing the other one. Now, mind you, not on this session, but I'm just saying, anyways, I might leave the door over a sequel if you wanted. But, yeah, and also, anyways, you're also in the understanding, anyways, that you are just a small crew, anyways. For rogue traders normally have like a giant battle barge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you are a small vagabond group, anyways, to a very much larger crew. So there is also the possibility, anyways, of like, for instance, sending a guy back to the ship, anyways, while you guys do the Pantheon and Gold, and then he can just run back real quick, anyways, and give the message to Maliki, and then Maliki can make up his own mind because technically it is for him. Yeah. But yeah, so you guys do have some options here. It's not just like, well, we pick one and then the rest are, and then later on we're all screwed because Trazyn will haunt our souls.
I would say personally, leaning towards the Pantheon of Gold and having the message be brought to Maliki so he can make his own decision on if those Necron trading posts are worth it.
Fight.
You're a curmudgeon then, because, well, you could get a chance to travel to the Octarius sector, but there is nothing but
fighting. It's like,
it depends on what kind of fighting you're looking for.
Yeah.
Well, this is me. I'm assuming it's friendly competition, right, for the Pantheon? Yes. Yeah, that's the problem. So for me,
people rarely die in the Pantheon of Gold.
Oh, that'd be a problem for me.
Like I said, rarely. It is, you are talking about, anyways, a competition between humans, orcs, and Tau. Except orcs are involved in this. Whenever the orcs are involved, normally limbs disappear.
They're the main part of that equation.
See, you'd be able to go against them while the rest of us are racing against the people who don't want to immediately dismount.
Which one has the most fighting?
Probably the suicide mission.
Yeah, I'm with the shorty over here. Probably that one.
That one.
Well,
but while you guys keep talking about it, my fungus beer is about done.
Right.
Round up two. Give me another one.
Right.
I could use a refill as well.
Get your own, you bitch.
All right. I won't lie. Above board, the Trazyn the Infinite mission sounds really fun. That's
honestly, that's the one I'm leaning towards.
Yeah.
Okay. Me too.
Okay. Well.
All right. I guess we're going on a suicide mission, buddy.
Okay. Well, my character doesn't necessarily care. He just doesn't want to have to deal with Trazyn.
Fair.
Well, we're not directly connected to Trazyn. Well, we will towards the end, but for 99.9% of it, we won't. And if we die, it doesn't matter.
You do have to remember this entire mission has been set up by who?
Yes, counter argument. We don't have to see him till after we're ready to get payment.
How would the
Are we
Imperium-
actually getting paid though? Or
We're
is
getting paid with weapons.
Malachi being
and
paid?
the 3 million or 30 million? That's a good point. Are we getting paid or is he getting paid? I mean, I assume we'd get a cut of whatever large payment. I mean, we're the ones doing the mission. I'm sure we at least get like a commission or something, a sales commission.
We would be doing all the work, so
I can think of much worse ways to die.
besides, maybe I'll find some of the boys.
Oh, I do believe you'll find many of the boys if we go there.
No, not the boys. My boys.
Your boys.
My boys.
How long has it been, anyway?
You're asking
That
Arctic
requires
for a
sense.
time, so I'm just all of a sudden
That's on me.
like,
That's
I
on
start
me.
looking up, start scratching my chin.
Yeah. That was
Oh, 1, 2,
You can
3.
I'm like a good fungus.
go ahead and forget that.
Trying to count beyond 3. Oi, 10 more. What's after 3?
How did you ever get past figuring out you're being stolen from? You can't count past 3.
Never had to keep count. Numbers aren't important.
It took a while, didn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing better than a good fungus spear. All right, you guys figured out what you're doing.
So apparently we're going.
I just grabbed it. I just while they're all talking, grabbed the green, the orb, and pressed the green button.
He kind of looks at you and looks at that and goes, right, well, goodbye. I can't help you anymore. All right, so what are you doing?
Well, we have to find... I imagine we have to find passage to the place first, unless we're going to take the entire battle barge.
Okay, question.
But,
Huh?
yeah.
How did we get onto the port?
You were dropped there anyways. Malachi Bartholomew is on his ship, the Nautilus, which is actually at the starport that you guys are at.
Okay.
So one of he was just looking through the list of things anyways on the it's almost like an email popping up. It's like, here's all the people that you could go visit. And he went, I'm going to send these guys anyways to this bar because I don't want to go there. That's pretty much what
I'd rather keep my sense of smell.
Must not be a fan of the fungus beer.
He probably
Some gets out of no taste.
over it.
So what are you guys doing next?
Well, I guess we would go back to the ship
Have to,
and
have to
get
enter the
a.
ship, yeah.
Go back to the ship and then go to. I can't remember what the planet's called.
All right, so real quick anyways, you guys are just going to head back to the ship. That's the next plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you guys to roll for let's make it a survival check. Why not?
Oh boy,
That'll be fun.
love that.
Oh wait, I'm actually good at that. Hold on.
I'm actually also
I'm not good at that.
Survival.
I'm okay at that. 13, 14.
I got 12. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
And I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, all right. So, and what'd you get?
14.
Okay. So all of you guys are just like, right, Trazyn! And you guys all start marching off anyways, and you get about halfway back, and the only person that notices it, that there is this string of merchants, and all of them are selling all sorts of wonderful things that you can only get here, pretty much. The only person that notices this is the robot.
The depressed one who doesn't need any of this stuff.
I mean,
Are you going to make mention of it, or are you just going to keep going? Go ahead, then.
Anybody want to see what these people have? It looks like they're, stuff that may be useful.
Roll for persuasion. Everybody roll for persuasion, see if you can actually...
12.
21.
It'd be 9, I guess. So.
Well, you all beat... What'd you get?
3.
So you all beat the Necron, so... He didn't really persuade you very well. So onward you go, I guess, or it's up to you guys.
No, I'm willing to stick around and check out the shops.
Yeah.
It's like I'll be honest, most humans blend in for me. Kind of just looks like a
They
background.
aren't all human, are they?
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
They're all beneath me.
Spoken like a true space elf.
Yeah, I know. That's what
I gotta play the role I chose. I was gonna say I was given, but I chose.
I was given this role.
I was given this role.
I was given this role by me.
By me.
I am my own worst enemy.
I picked Elf, therefore here I am.
All right, so who wants to stop the shop and who doesn't?
I do not.
Okay.
I'll take a look.
I am impatient. I want to get to...
Okay.
Sure, I'll look.
Okay, what about you,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, I want you guys roll a d6. The 3 that want to check out the shops.
2.
1. Reroll.
5.
I got a 6 on that one.
Hey,
Okay.
run the gamut.
So, you guys all go to 3 different places. Ezra, you're... what's your character's name? Well, no, what's your character's name? What?
Vathor.
Vathor, okay. Thank you. I will get this at some point. Vathor, anyways, you stop at the only place, anyways, that you don't really quite detest, and that would be an Earthcast Tau Trader.
I'll take it.
And he's... Okay, so that's where you stop, anyways. You don't really care where you stop, anyways, but you happen to bumble into a Death Skull Trader. And Kyle, you walk up to the only other human that you see on the block, the human trader. So all 3 of you guys, anyways, go to different places. Who would like to start? Actually, you know what? Well, I'm going to make this anyways. So Kyle, we're going to go ahead and let you start. All right?
Yeah, let me start. I've got another. I probably
Yeah.
have 15, 20 minutes.
So the human trader looks at you and goes, "Oh, hello, sir. You're quite large. What can I get for you?"
Wait, Lars, isn't he 6 feet tall?
For an average person, though, he's still like in ceramite armor. So, I mean,
You're quite broad, sir.
and it's also kind of well known, anyways, that these Astartes have, they're very. I mean, they've got a large presence to them, even the small ones.
Are we assuming that we basically don't have any kind of weapons and such right now?
You should have some weapons that had on your character sheet.
Okay, good. Yes. Okay. 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 In that case, I guess I'm just be like, what do you have? What do you offer in here?
Well, I've got a couple of things, anyways, that hopefully you might like, especially as someone of your stature, sir, being Astartes and all. I have myself here, anyways, a holy orb of Antioch. Only selling it for 500 crowns, so we are.
What you buying, stranger? Oh, sorry. I'm getting Assassin's Creed sellers vibes right now.
Okay.
I don't quite know what that is. I thought...
You don't know what the holy orb of Antioch is?
You should have listened to Yuksen and Zeckthar's last thoughts.
Should have plugged that. God dang it. Hold on. The holy orb of Antioch is probably one of the most powerful grenades the Black Templars make. You must make sure that once you pull the pin down, you count to 3. No more, no less. If you count 5 is right out. You can't count to 2 unless you proceed to 3.
All right.
Seriously, Kyle, they actually built into 40K the holy hand grenade of Antioch from
Yeah.
Monty Python. They actually did it.
Yeah. I'm seeing that now, actually. Now they kind of popped onto that.
It took you a minute. Okay, fair enough.
That's hilarious. I like that. I've seen those in action. What else do we have?
We've also got the genetic mask. Now that's a hard one to do. Now you can put that on, and you punch in anyways what particular race you'd like to be, and that's what you end up being, so to speak. Now, mind you, anyways, unfortunately, your voice sounds the same, and I mean your temperament may sound the same, but you look completely different. He says with 4 teeth. The last big thing I got is a fine bottle of Amasec.
All right. And
50 years old.
About that?
Perfectly distilled.
Mind you, you are a Stardust, so you can't get drunk.
Yes, you can.
Unless it's a Fenrisian
It's
ale.
Fenrisian ale. I would assume, anyways, a fungus beer, anyways, might also affect you, anyways, because it's slightly hallucinogenic. There are alcohols out there that do affect a Stardust. It's just not a lot of them.
Anything that Imperium makes, though, is a no.
It's pretty much, will it kill a human? Yes. That will get you hammered, you know?
What I think I'll do is I'm going to grab one of these.
But it might be a nice gift.
You know, what is the price on such?
Oh, bottle of Amasec, that's going to go for a whole 75 golden thrones, so well. Or crowns, wherever you're from. Or gills.
Credits.
Credits.
I think I'm just going to go with the Holy Orb. And
Okay. Go ahead and add it to your inventory and subtract 500 golden crowns. All right. And then I'm assuming you make your way back to the ship?
right.
All right. Okay, so real quick anyways, just because, Kyle, you got some of the things going on tonight. You're going to make it back to the ship. You're going to... and all you got was the Holy Orb? Okay. You're going to go back to the ship?
Let's see. Let me take the bottle of the Azimir.
Amasec. Amasec is like it's like a good bottle of wine. It's a little bit sterner stuff, isn't it?
No, it's because
It's like a blend between wine and
Kane
whiskey.
has it in a flask, so I don't think.
Right.
It'd be more like vodka, wouldn't it?
It'd be
Yeah,
like
it's
a
kinda
like-
like
gin
Yeah.
or bourbon or something.
Okay.
Bourbon's
Well,
Bourbon or
then again, anyways, though, that's also mentioned, anyways, that it's like served like actually in like a glass, anyways, more like for wine too,
So it'd be more like a bourbon, maybe.
or maybe more like a brandy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have
Yeah,
very
yeah.
similar
Yeah,
wine
yeah.
glasses with the
Yeah,
small.
yeah, gotcha. So
Yeah.
yeah, like a good brandy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because it looks nice.
Alcohol, it's almost all the same to me.
Burns on-
I don't drink it, so.
Well, that's because you're a robot.
Right, I don't eat either. True.
Okay,
No.
so go ahead and
That's why
attach.
you can stay in my company for so long.
So go ahead and attach, anyways, a bottle of fine Amnesec, and then reduce your currency by 75 crowns.
Okay.
So when you get back to the ship, what are you planning on doing?
I guess. Oh, exactly what I'm not sure. What are you? I'm just jumping out of character here for a moment. We're going back to a ship just to basically kind of regroup.
So it sounds like, anyways, that you guys are going back to the ship, anyway, so that it can launch over towards the Octavius sector.
Is it not Octarius?
Or Octarius sector, yeah, thank you, sorry.
Either
Octavius. The Spider-Man villain?
The Emperor of Rome?
I was thinking about Rome.
Thank you. You're the only guy. Wow, I'm old. Okay, the only person, anyways, that didn't think comic books was the two old guys. But anyways, so yeah, it sounds like, anyways, you guys are gonna go back to the ship, and these guys, anyways, are gonna start onto the quest, anyways, of going to the sector.
Right.
Maybe stop by.
But I figured, anyways, you might want to do a few things, anyways, before, like, for instance, you'll probably, because you're not going to be there for the rest of it, anyways, probably like go into stasis or something.
Okay.
Maybe hand
Yeah,
the orb over
let's go
to
ahead and
Malachi.
recharge or something. Yeah, because
The pre-press button.
Recharge.
for
Well, maybe
Malachi.
not recharge, but you aren't a robot. But so are you going to do anything before you do that, or are you just going to head back to the ship?
I think I'm just gonna tell the guys what I'm doing, and then head back to the ship. Then.
Okay. So he's making a mention to you guys, anyways. Do you guys want to say anything to him before he takes off to the ship?
Like the orb.
Other than YouTube, you're already back.
Yeah, I'm already
You're already gone. Oh, the peruse stuff.
Go fight.
Okay.
Against the crumb.
All right. So you're gonna get back to the so you. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. My bad.
So what sort of wares do you have here?
No.
Do you have anything to say to him?
Anything to say to him before he leaves?
What kind of wares you have, Kyle?
Ezykyle,
Like the
what do you have? I've got a holy orb. I want it. I'll pay you 700 crowns. It's too bad I only have crowns.
Make sure you're on the right ship.
You don't want to get lost. I feel like you'd be more depressed than that. Make sure you get on the right ship. Who knows, Harry, you could get lost and you could end up getting into the wrong place and get stuck in the warp and float around forever.
Been traveling with it for, like years anyways. Make sure you get on the right ship. Inspiring words, sir. Inspiring.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
You're going to die someday anyways. Unless you end up like me. In which case you'll feel lonely.
No. I'll let him do it.
Ironically,
I kind of jumped on it too. Go ahead. That's
you guys already covered.
Okay.
That's true.
You kept going and it was like, that went. Oh. Thanks.
I'm sorry. We gotta learn to do better than that with Secrona.
Thanks.
Jumping on this
Secrona.
tongue.
You
Yeah.
went through all of the different aspects here.
We sped one of your dialogue options for you.
Just give me the skip button.
Good luck. Quest given. Good luck.
I should go. It's quite a bit of ordnance you've got there. Don't pull the pin.
Did you really pick up?
I won't.
All right. So Kyle, Ezykyle, you head back to the ship. The Nautilus is a fairly large ship. It is a battle barge. It has a few interesting details to it. It is very different, though, to your regular standard Imperial battle barge. The first thing is that it's got this rather bulbous, head to it instead of having the ram port that you normally would see. And it's almost all, anyways, looks like it's made out of some sort of glass. So you can actually literally see out 360 degrees, anyways, if you're sitting on the bridge. You can actually see the bridge, anyways, from outside of it, which is kind of cool. The second thing that you see, anyways, that's also different is on the back of it, it actually has the kind of crescent wings that you would see on a Necron ship. And they actually kind of glow kind of a green color. So you can definitely tell that this has definitely been modified throughout the years.
Street legal.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really imperial legal. And as you go climbing up, anyways, you notice, anyways, a friendly favorite of yours, anyways. He's the cargo master. He just kind of clamps. He's got a bionic arm, anyways, or claw arm thing, anyways, that he just kind of clamps at you and waves. And as you tootle in, anyways, are you going to go to the bridge and tell Maliki what's happening, or are you just going to go straight to your room? Kyle?
Oh, say that again one more time. I was trying to type a message.
He's currently typing in chat right now.
Oh, he's okay. I was saying, anyways, is that so you get onto this ship. Are you gonna speak to Maliki before you head to your room, or are you just gonna go to your room?
Yeah, I will. I'll talk to Maliki. Is somebody gonna be role playing for him? I guess.
The DM.
By the DM, of course.
Right, sorry.
Okay, so you go to the bridge, and Malachi's sitting, and you can see Maliki. Maliki looks very much like his descendants of old. Kind of a wiry, tall man. Really bright blonde hair. Has kind of a goatee going. Very hawkish look, anyways, in the eyes, and he's always kind of got a little bit of a smile, like he knows something that you don't, and he's going to use it. Yes, and he immediately, anyways, as soon as you come on, you come on the bridge, he turns and looks at you, and goes, "Oh, Mr. Ezykyle, how are you? How did the quest going? Where are you going?"
Of course he's Irish. That makes so much more sense in context.
He's a weird Irish.
Anyway, just got back from the Rogue Trader, and yeah,
No, I'm the Rogue Trader.
I just came back to the Rogue Trader. Yes, I know.
What'd you learn, lad?
I learned we're going on a pretty dangerous mission here. I'm going to let the rest of the guys kind of explain the ins and outs of it, as I don't know all the names quite yet. So, but we are.
It sounds like you got hit a wee bit in the head. Maybe you should go lie down, lad.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be doing.
Oh, okay. Have yourself a good night, sir. We'll be talking to you later.
Small head as he walks by.
Whacks him on the back of the helmet as he goes by.
Smacks on the back of the helmet, leans forward. On the top of the head. All right, good night. Smack.
The back of the codpiece too. Just an ass slap on the hell of it.
So you tootle down, anyways. You get down to the third bay, anyways. You find your bunk, anyways, and I figure. Oh, would you like a sip of Amnesec before you go to bed, sir?
I think I'll pass. I'm already a little
Okay. Well then,
confused as
we'll bid you adieu, sir. Toodaloo.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So Ezykyle went to bed. That's where we last left off.
He's sleeping.
No relation to the librarian, by the way.
Yes. No. Anyways, so we're gonna leave yours for last. You ran into Tao, right?
Yeah, the Tao.
And he goes, "Oh,
Oh god.
what have you here?"
French. Oh, anything but the French.
But they were weeps.
Excuse me.
I also thought they were all weaves.
We found the one that's worse.
Okay.
You're a weave.
Let's see here. What was you like, sir? I'm gonna go right back into Scottish. Sorry, I could do it. I'm gonna try. But I'm gonna start every time, anyways, with that, anyways.
What's a baguette? I don't know.
I don't know.
We sell them for 5 francs. Okay. What would you like, sir?
I was just curious what you had on the higher end of your market here.
Well, we have some Elta and Delta sentry drones.
Sentry drones.
Yes, and an infrared Vathor.
What are the functions of the sentry drones?
This is so French.
I hate you somehow made me hate Tau even more than I already do. It's actually kind of aggressive.
Not only are they space communists, they are all
Aggressive French.
They're also French.
It's like that scene from what is it? Come Out. They're French.
Okay, what did you say? Sorry.
What is the function of the sentry drone?
Well, they got Alpha. We went Cajun there. Give me a second.
You committed to the bit. That's
I know.
You did it to yourself.
It could be that he's trying to do all these different accents.
Ironically, anyways, the only time that I've ever actually had to do, anyways, for a Vox is a Tau. No, for a Tau, anyways. He was French.
It was?
Yes, it was. Yeah, but anyways, the Alpha. What do they do again? You wanted to know about the drones, right?
Yeah, the drones. You got this. I believe in you.
I do this. Well, the Alpha drone. Yes. Now, as you know, see, the Alpha, so they go first. And the Delta drone, the Delta, that stays behind and watches your back. Both armed with 50mm ballistic round weapons.
How much for the set?
Or 300 crowns.
Gotcha. That's kind of all the money I got right now. And what were the other products?
Oh, we got genetic mask. We got an infrared visor.
Right, we
See-through 5 walls, guaranteed.
start with 3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 3,000? Oh, I thought it was 300. Oh, no, it is 3,000.
That's why.
It's okay.
That's why he could get the holy orb from Antioch, anyways, from the pirate fella
Yeah,
down the
that's
street.
fair enough. Yeah, okay.
wait a
So it was the visor, the genetic material?
Genetic mask.
That's
And what is that function? That one's function.
No, there. You put the genetic mask on, and you can be whatever you want to be. You can be French. You can be Irish. You could even be like your robot gentleman friend over there. Unfortunately, you'll keep the same accent. No.
I see.
Unfortunately, you don't sound like me. What do you mean?
Maybe we should have labeled this comedy actually thinking back on it. Yes. I suppose I will take both the Alpha and the Delta drone.
No, we're good.
Well, what's the price of the visor and the genetic?
So, real quick, anyways, go ahead and add that to your list, anyways, and then remove 300. I said 300. Yes.
300.
Yes.
300. Yes. The infrared visor is 250. The mask is 50. Don't work so well as the infrared visor. I keep shifting a little bit into Cajun, unfortunately, but yeah.
I mean,
You go from like very French to all of a sudden freaking Gambit from X-Men.
It's like the French, the Frenchiest French guy you've ever seen to
Gambit.
Cajun. Yeah.
might as well take the visor for a rainy day.
No, go for it. I should have gone with the death skull first.
And how much was the visor? 250.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Visor's 250. The genetic mask is 50.
I'm down to 2,450. Let's take the genetic mask, make an even 2,400. Spend 600 on this whole thing.
We're good.
I believe that will be all from me, my friend.
No, very well. Adieu.
May you sell the rest of your wares, and then you will leave from the
Sure. He's done.
Oh,
Damn! Fair enough.
He's just so the character like, no words from me. All And I take it you're going to make your way back to the
Yes,
ship.
I'm making my way back to the ship.
Okay, before you get there, anyways, God dang it. Accident number 3.
You wanted to
You wait until now? God dang. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so your guy, by the way, anyways, you ever see what an earth cast look like?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're kind of husky for,
Yeah.
Tau, but they're not, like fat or anything.
Yeah, just like stock, yeah, wide.
So you go to the Death Skull, and he has got a blue stripe that goes across his face like this. He's got one giant tooth that sticks out anyways, and he's got one big brass ring anyways in his nose, and he is probably about, you dwarf him because you dwarf just about everybody.
Yeah.
Because you're a giant robot.
So,
But he is, it's obvious to tell anyways he's a Death Skull because he's got a lot of blue around him anyways, and he looks rather shifty.
You've hung around with the Death Skull for long enough. You know what a Death Skull looks like.
But this is like he is taking it to Jedi level. I mean, he is long, lanky, skinny arms, kind of thing, and long fingers ready to pick anything anyways. And as soon as you come up to him, he goes, "Ooh, you got lots of nice bits on you. What you want?"
those little bits are me.
Yes. How much you want for it?
How many teeth will you sell them for?
Now, this is the interesting thing anyways. You got a good point. You know anyways that orcs anyways, they only sell in teeth.
Right.
You have guilt.
Right.
So, the interesting aspect is that you've got to be able to figure out a way anyways you've got to figure out the bartering system.
It's
How
necron teeth.
much? What is the currency?
You might be able. If you want to try that, you want to roll for persuasion.
What's the currency difference between teeth and?
So hang on a second. So you're gonna try to convince him anyways that the
gelt.
The gelt anyways. Actually, that wouldn't be persuasion. That would be
Deception.
deception. Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna roll
it's
for
also
deception?
negative, too.
Which one's the least of the negatives?
Oh no, actually it isn't.
Oh,
Okay. So what are you gonna say though? You got to say that before you roll.
Okay. You see these?
Mm-hmm.
I took them from a relative of mine. Straight for his teeth.
Are you Irish now?
I don't know.
Because I've got gold and gelt.
This is why I decided not to do an accent.
Can't be Lucky Charms and all that. You want to try it again?
Follow the rainbow.
Yeah.
One of them's named Midas. You have the golden touch. All right. Ready? All right, you can do this, man. I made it through Frenchy French, dude, so you can make it through just your normal voice. All right. So what'd you say? Okay, so you hold up.
I took this from a relative of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Right from the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As you can see, we don't have normal teeth. Clink, clink, clink.
Roll.
$18.
He looks at you, and he looks at it. Is it 18?
It's 18 plus what's persuasion? Persuasion
Or
is
it's deception.
deception is charisma. So sorry, 17.
So he looks at you, and he looks at the gelt. He goes, And his little hand, sneaky hand, sneaks out anyways, and he latches onto it before you can do anything. And he lights down on it, and because gold gelts long ago are no longer anyways gold. They have more of a steel with a gold implant anyways. He hears, and one of his teeth pops out anyways and falls to the floor. He goes, here's good teeth. No, very well. And before you can do anything anyways, it disappears in his hand. You do lose one gold gelt, but he has officially thinks anyways that your gelts are, in fact,
You could teach all of the orcs this. Like Gelt is just necron team.
Dude, how many trainers you can deal with all of a sudden?
Okay, so real quick, anyways, go ahead and roll anyways for perception because you're on your way back to the ship. Let's see if you actually
why
hear
not?
this. No, why not? Yeah.
Oh man, what's my perception? Am I good at that? I'm decent at that. Just kidding. 11.
Now, you don't hear any of this and you just shoot a lot. Good thought, but you just didn't hear it.
No, he just looks over. He's going, "How is this going to be?"
What you want? We got lots of stuff. We got big stuff. We got little stuff.
Well, as
We
you
got
can
tiny
see,
stuff.
I am a bigger person. So what do you have for bigger stuff?
Ooh, we got the best hair squeaks on the planet. We got red. We got yellow. We got green. You look like a green man. Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll stick on very well.
Ooh, the stick.
Stick it onto you anyways. And it just, and you hear it kind of like, and then it falls off. He kind of kicks it to the side.
Maybe not that one. We also have the squeeging. We have lots of squeegings. And a squeege pipe.
How much for the squeak pipe?
Squeege pipe. 75 teeth.
Okay, I'll actually take one of those.
Okay.
I was about to say, because the currency is going to be so much different for orcs. So
Not only that, we have, for you only, we have the best rich.
And he looks around anyways as he says this, and he opens up this little cask anyways. Well, it's not little. I mean, it's long, but narrow. He opens it up anyways, and you can literally, as he opens it, hear this. Oh! And as he's opening it anyways, the light shines in his face, and he holds out. It looks like this solid gold wrench. And he goes,
The best rich.
it even says, the best wrench. The best wrench.
Ah, the best rich. We only let this go for 2,000 teeth.
Oh. And immediately, as he sees anyways, he looks over anyways. The towel slowly roaches up, and you can see his eyes being shut it. Oh.
You're watching that one.
Okay, so you said 2,000 on that.
Oh, we also got the goofy face.
And what's the goofy face?
Oh, goofy face, you put goofy face on you and you turn in weird things. Whatever you think.
I love how every merchant has this one item.
That's the only one we all got.
There's a misplaced shipment, so they just kind of spread it around all the merchants.
You sure you want to eat squeegee? They're the best. They also taste kind of good too.
Do you have any sort of shield type thing? No?
Orc no protect, orc attack.
Sold a whole of tank anyways 2 weeks ago. I might have been able to help you then, but not now.
I will take the best wrench.
He looks at you anyways, and he looks over to the other side of the street anyways.
You see? He's taking rich. You leave me alone now. Oh!
So remove,
Crunch noise of
yes,
indignation.
yes. Remove 2,000 anyways, and you get the best rich.
Okay.
What does it do?
Roll for intelligence. If you want to know what it does, roll for intelligence.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not there, technically.
Okay, intelligence. I got 14.
It just looks like a really shiny wrench.
If you brought it back to me, as a orc, would I be able to try
Oh
to figure
yeah,
it
you
out?
probably want to roll low on that one, huh?
To you anyways, it just looks like a really shiny wrench that says, the best wrench on the side.
The best wrench with an eye. Like,
Although you do notice anyways that up at the top, so you know normally on a wrench anyways, it will tell you anyways, like for instance, what millimeter or fraction it is, measurement anyways. It has 3.14.
I was expecting
Oh,
you to
you
say
gotta be
best.
kidding me.
It's
Do you want anything else? Or anything else, boss?
What makes this the best wrench?
It's the best. It's a shiny dagger. Nobody else has a wrench like this wrench.
Okay.
Well, no.
Well,
It used to be in the set with the best screwdriver and best impact wrench. So those, though. Yes, many moons ago.
many moons.
We're gonna get red flagged for that one, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
well, I would say it's a pleasure, but I'm not sure you know what that would mean. So, bye.
And he gives you a weird look like he might know what you're talking about. And then he looks down and he weighs at all the teeth that he weighs, and he slowly starts to pull them towards himself. He goes,
Ooey, ooey,
Yes, the teeth.
and he just starts counting them. He's just completely and utterly happy and oblivious to everything else. I mean, you could.
Did he give me the case along with the rest?
Yeah, oh yeah. You got the case too. But I mean, like literally, anyways, a bomb could go off anyways 5 feet from the store, and he wouldn't care. He's got all these teeth.
As long as it doesn't disrupt the
The
teeth.
bomb is
Yes.
probably going to go off in his store. He's an orc. Like,
Probably yes.
if someone's going to blow up, it's him.
So
Well, now you got plenty of teeth to afford the doctor. the pain boy.
So you're the first one back to the ship, anyways. You'd be the second. You'd be the third. He's close behind you. Do you make any stops, anyways? So you get to the ship, anyways. The description's exactly the same as it was, anyways, when I talked to Kyle. But at the same time, anyways, the guy, anyways, that you know of as Phil. He is, yes. Phil is the harbor master, anyways, for the Nautilus. He is the merchant guy. No. No, you shouldn't know that information, by the way. We should have put Phil in this. Damn it. Oh, anyway. For those that you don't know, anyways, that don't listen to our box, we made up a perpetual for the Warhammer 40k universe known as Phil the Sandwich Maker.
And
He's
nobody-
literally the sandwich maker for the Emperor during the Great Crusade, and then he just continued on, anyways, just making sandwiches for people. And that's what he's
What
done.
does the
And
Emperor
so
like on his
nobody
sandwich?
actually.
If I recall right, it was a Reuben, wasn't it?
I don't know. No, it was a Philly cheesesteak.
Yes, no, Philly cheese.
You know
Yeah.
what? A Philly cheesesteak does seem like he'd be very anal about like a good Philly cheesesteak.
But Phil is not here. That's not this Phil. This is a different Phil. This is the harbor master. This is the guy that waved to Ezykyle, anyways. But as you come walking up the ramp, anyways, he looks over at you and he kind of scowls and he goes, "You still owe me 5 credits from last time, anyways, in arm wrestling." And he clamps down, anyways, a couple of times, anyways, with his arm. Where's my money?
Tell you what. That was a while ago. Double nothing.
Fine. Once I get everything loaded up here, we'll do it again, double nothing. But you better pay up this time.
Got teeth right here.
No, I don't want any bloody teeth. And by that point, anyways, you've already moved on. Anyways. So where are you going? And you have the box. You have the orb, right?
Yeah, I have the
Okay.
Because I took it from, what's your character's name again? Vathor. I took it from Vathor.
It just moved on. Okay. So where are you headed? So you get on the ship, anyways, and the inside of the ship is very much, anyways, like you would normally see, anyways, in a battle barge or a Imperium ship. The only difference is that normally, anyways, I mean, you would just, it's gray, steel colored, normally, very grimy because it's like stepping inside of an engine. Normally, anyways. You guys the Nautilus is a little different. It's got like, depending on what part of the ship you're in, it's actually color coded. So when you step onto the ship, anyways, it's like a bright white. And you see anyways in different directions anyways, depending on which way you're going anyways. Like, for instance, if you're headed to the bridge anyways, there's this, like, red strip. What?
He said follow the blue light.
Line. I said
Line,
line.
follow the blue line.
Well, that would be if you wanted to get to the commissary. But the red anyways goes to, and you know this because you have been to this ship you live on the ship. So the red line anyways goes to the bridge, the yellow goes to the armory, the blue goes to the commissary. Thank you, we had to put the blue in. Thinking of colors, but yeah. Then the brown goes to, well, nobody goes to the brown because that's the bowels of the ship. What? That's just kind of anyways, it's kind of color coded that way anyways.
And you no longer have to look down.
And you can either go and so you got two hallways that go one way and the other, and then you've got the hangar that's right in front of you as you walk in. And as you walk in anyways, the hangar, you can see anyways many different types and all sorts of different styles actually of starfighters. So you've got everything from, like, for instance, the Imperium's torpedo boarders to the what do they call them? The Eldari, the little quick Eldari starships.
Oh, sure kid? No.
That's what they shoot. Yeah, well, yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you've got all sorts of, like, and so it's kind of interesting anyways that and keep note anyways on the aspect that you have a lot of Xenos technology on this ship, which is very different. But anyways, so that's just like straight ahead, and then you've got the yellow and blue lines, or not yellow and red line anyways going left, and then to the right you've got the brown and the blue.
What's the yellow line again?
Yellow line is armory.
That's where I will go.
You're going to the armory?
I'm going to the armory.
Unfortunately, nobody was holding his hand and going, no, or first.
Okay, so so you're gonna head to the armory. Okay, so you start tooling towards the armory. By the time you just kind of, I'm assuming anyways you're going to the armory because it's the armory, right?
Yes, obviously.
So that's always a good thing. Because there's always DACA.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're kind of like humming a tune as you tootle down anyways.
Just kind of swinging my, kind of twirling my hammer in my arms while I'm doing it.
Okay. Any particular tune anyways we're thinking of? It's the extents of the YouTube music for an orc. So at that point anyways, Ezra, you're going to show up. Phil sees you anyways, and he looks at you anyways, and there's obviously anyways some sort of recognition. He knows who you are, but it's not like you guys ever really come in contact. So he just kind of looks at you anyways and just kind of nods.
Yeah,
just kind of like, yeah. I know you. You don't need to sign on to the ship.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like, yeah.
Let's just skip the formality.
Yeah, exactly.
He might have favored because we don't talk much.
Yeah, he might have tried to engage you in conversation at some point anyways. It just never happened, But, and if it did anyways, it was not rememberable. So anyways, so you get on the ship. You get in the same spot anyways. He was. Where are you planning on going?
Okay, so what was it? Red line
is to the bridge. Yellow line is to the armory. Blue line is to the commissary. And the brown line is to the bowels of the ship. Hence brown. Get it?
He still has the orb, right?
Yep.
He still got it?
Well, okay, not the Holy Orb of Antioch.
No.
Yeah. He's got
the Trazyn orb, yeah.
The Trazyn orb, yeah. Can't really do much without, can't really report without that orb.
But do you know where I am?
No, I was just thinking, from a normal perspective, his first reaction would be, let's check the armory, see what we got for the next.
So what are you wanting to do?
I'm a bit obsessive with my weapon, and I want to check to make sure it's still locked up in the armory. And
you didn't take it with you?
Probably not good to take something that looks like that.
Okay. So you're headed to the armory too?
Yeah, just to make sure. The sword is very fickle, and I don't I don't like it being out in the open for too long, unless I'm in a very obvious combat zone.
So you're fairly concerned about this. So
yeah, just like check
So
on it,
as
see
opposed-
if there's another like gun or something. I
Okay,
can.
so as opposed to Secrona over here, who's just kind of whistling a tune, taking his time, tootling down to the armory. You're more like kind of more of a fast pace. I gotta get there and figure out what's going on.
It's like almost a ritual in a way.
Okay.
Just to
All right.
continue, go back, check on it.
And okay, so as you're doing that, anyways, we have Yuksen here, anyways. You show up last, anyways, and Phil, anyways, takes one look at you, anyways, and it as opposed to everybody else, anyways, that has passed him, anyways. He looks at you, anyways, and he gives you a very somber bow, very respectful. He bows to you and he goes, "Oh, it's good to see you, sir. Glad to have you back aboard."
Thank you. I guess I'll be going now.
So there, but you know, anyways, there is obviously, anyways, there you have done something for this man, anyways, that he really is appreciative. You don't unfortunately remember what it is, but you did do something for him.
Yeah.
So then you get, anyways, to the same hallway. Where are we going?
I, unfortunately, knowing the person across from me, immediately head to the armory to get the orb.
So you're on point, anyways.
Don't split party.
Okay, so
With a sigh.
with a sigh, and you kind of trudge down the hallway. Oh, you never did actually mention it, anyways. You've got a companion. You want to mention him? Oh, you did? Okay. What's his name?
Akef.
Akef. Okay. And Akef, anyways, is just slowly scurrying behind you, and as he's walking behind you, but as he does, anyways, occasionally he'll kind of climb up on the side of the wall, and he'll tootle back down, and he'll climb up on the other side of the
When we're
wall.
out, he's somewhere hidden on me because he's not very big.
Occasionally, anyways, he'll tootle up to the top of the ceiling. You know.
I imagine it for a while for the humans to get used to that one.
Oh,
necro. Oh.
Well, okay, so you can actually, it's very apparent to all of you, though. It is very apparent to all of you, anyways, who, you guys have been there long enough, anyways, you know who the crew are.
Yeah.
And they, anyways, whenever you guys pass, anyways, they know who you are, so they're to your usual antics.
Yeah.
You know, kind of-
Necron with the little thing scurrying.
But every once in a while, you will pass somebody, anyways, who is just like delivering cargo, and all of a sudden, oh, crap, you know, not necessarily as much with you, anyways, as being an Eldar, but I mean, especially of all things, and not even actually necessarily as much as with you because of where you are at Balradas.
Yeah.
Because you got mainly, anyways, the population of Tau, orcs, and humans. But a necron, of all things, anyways, tootling down, definitely gives pause. So you guys, anyways, you're the first one that makes it there, anyways. You get down, and as you get closer and closer, anyways, to the armory, you hit a particular junction in the starship, and everything drastically changes. It becomes very much like you would see, anyways, in a regular battle barge. It's like crawling into an engine. Grease, grime, steel, bronze. These are the colors that you see. And you kind of take the corner and you see, anyways, and it's almost like this giant warehouse, and it goes all the way back, and there's just like everything there, you know, kind of thing. And a small teardrop drops from your eye as you see it. You're like, "You're so beautiful," you know. And at the very end, anyways, you see Balthazar. He is the closest thing you can call a friend, anyways, on this ship, because you talk to him all the time. He is the armory master. He sees you, and very sarcastically he rolls his eyes. "What do you want again?" Kind of with a growl.
Give him my toothiest grin as I walk over. It's like, good to see you too.
Yeah. All right, what do you need?
Did you get anything new that's interesting?
Yeah, not for you.
Oh.
You know, come back later, though. Show how it works.
Kind of gives you a wink.
What are you doing down here? I thought you had all your weapons already.
Never look at what's around.
Fair enough. You know where everything is. Take a look. What are you gonna do?
Immediately start looking at all the different.
I'm assuming
Your eyes are like shining cold as you're looking at all the DACA.
First, I kind of decide. First, I look at all the DACA. Then I look at all the Chavas. And then I. One second. Freaking.
And I'm sure.
What are you rolling for?
I'm looking at all the DACA first.
Well, that would be all the DACA, but yeah.
Who's like. I start looking particularly for the biggest amount of. The biggest. Something that looks the most shooty.
Okay, actually, roll for perception real quick. If you want to roll, go ahead and roll.
Okay, and only assume this Earthsmith every single time he leaves goes, okay, did he take anything?
He's an honest
I feel like I've grown to like, I've tried enough times where it's like,
it's not like you like him, it's just you've tried enough times. You know anyways that he'll come back and get you.
But that also I do have grown to kind of like him. So it's kind of both factors. You said perception?
Yeah.
That is going to be 18.
So as your eyes are like glowing as you're looking at all the different armaments and different weapons and whatnot, you notice anyways something new that you haven't seen before off to the side on two pallets. And it's covered with a tarp, but as you walk by it anyways and you kind of glance to the side, you can see anyways on the front pallet there's at least 12 barrels that all look like they're attached to something. 12 cylinders anyways with giant holes about this round.
I immediately grab the tarp and just pull it off.
It is the largest gun you've ever seen in your entire life.
My red eyes just all of a sudden bulge out. It's like,
You can hear in the background, and you can hear and as soon as you pull the tarp off, you hear the arms.
Hey, no touching. I told you I'd tell you how it works later. Put it back. Put the tarp back.
give him this scowl.
Okay. About that point, anyways, you show up very briskly, anyways, and you immediately march to, obviously, anyways, the armor smith.
Yeah.
Or armory dude,
Yeah.
whatever the hell they call him. Gunsmith? The guy who watches the guns.
Commissary.
No, he's the guy who gives you food.
Yeah, true. I guess it'd be the
The gun commissary.
not the gun, yeah, the gun commissary. No, would it be the requisition officer or something?
No.
That would be the harbor master.
True.
The armor. Let's just, yeah, whatever.
Armory guy. Gunman.
Smithy.
Gunman.
Yeah, the gunman.
Gunman.
Gunman. There's no need to get down. I said gunman.
Okay. So, and he looks up at you and he goes, "Oh, don't worry, sir. It's right here. It's right here." And he immediately pulls out, anyways. It's this, and he's been through this before, anyways. So he knows, anyways. He doesn't touch it. It's actually wrapped in.
Yeah.
And some sort of linen or silk or whatever you've given him, anyways. And he very gently, anyways, picks it up. I mean, he may not like you. It's obvious he doesn't like you, but he does, anyways, love weapons. So this is something he does get about you.
Yeah.
So picking up very reverently, anyways, he holds it up for you, anyways. And
Yeah.
gives it to
And
you.
I'll just gently take it. Just like, not even unwrap it from the cloth. Just kind of hold it. Make sure it's still attuned. Make sure I can still just.
Yeah, roll for perception
Yeah.
and advantage.
Sure. Like 1 for that one. Oh God.
Knows nothing.
Nothing. It's wisdom, so like 12.
12.
Yeah, I know. I did not roll great.
You don't notice anything. Then. You're just
It's
like,
just, it's
all
not
right,
different.
cool.
It's just like, you know what? Close
All right,
enough.
all right.
Close enough. I'll just like, thank you. I appreciate your delicate touch in this matter, and then gently give the sword back.
Oh, you can give it back to him?
No. I shouldn't actually. I just realized. I'll take it. I'll just keep it
Okay.
wrapped and like take it.
Okay. He looks at you, and that though does kind of raise an eyebrow. And he's like,
You're not giving it back?
I believe we may be in a space where I will require it very soon.
Kind of gives you an interesting eye. And goes, all right. By that point, anyways, our Necron boy shows up. So you, anyways, don't really even care about the armory. You're just here to find orc number 1. And you don't immediately see him. You don't immediately see him because he has moved off anyways, and he's looking at, all the shiny Daka. So, roll for persuasion. Or not persuasion, perception.
Nope. Nothing.
All right, you got nothing anyway? Okay, so roll for your scared buddy.
14.
14? Okay, so you're kind of, you look around, you don't see anybody anyways, and all of a sudden you hear kind of this squealing anyways of metal, and you know who it is. It's your little friend anyways. And, okay, so he's about what, the size of like a dinner plate?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. So you just see anyways this scarab anyways that was kind of traveling around you anyways, but before you go into the armory, he kind of hops onto your shoulder, and like a parrot. He sits there anyways, and as you're kind of looking around anyways, trying to find Secrona over here anyways, you all of a sudden hear him go, and then it skitters off anyways to the left. And you know anyways, instinctively anyways, because he can talk to you, but nobody else anyways. You know anyways that Secrona is anyways off to the left. So
Okay.
I'm assuming you're going to follow him. All right.
Yeah.
So you get around 2 corners, and you see anyways a grumpy-looking orc who is putting a tarp over the biggest gun you have ever seen. Now, real quick, anyways, I want you also to, anyways, here, anyways, roll for perception.
Natural 20.
Nice. So, it is the biggest gun you have ever seen. That's what you think, anyways, but you also, anyways, are the understanding that it probably isn't. Your brain just can't remember, anyways, the biggest gun you've ever seen.
So it's the biggest one I can
Remember, yes, recollect, yes. And immediately, anyways, you know what it is, too.
Okay.
It's a Mark F5, 12-barreled repeater, 750 milliliter ballistic rounded anti-cannon.
Okay.
Or anti-artillery, sorry.
Okay.
You gonna write that down? Because I will never remember it. Do you remember what I said? He's writing fast, so hopefully he did. So anyways, you see Secrona. Oh, and next time we do this anyways, I promise I will remember all of your guys' names.
Don't even worry about it.
Next time we
That's
just wear
fine.
name tags if it helps.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Vathor.
Hello, my name is Gratzrull. You killed my father.
Okay, so you see him anyways. What we're doing?
First of all, when I was walking by the armor smith, I'm just like, I'm coming to get you know who. I keep walking.
He kind of looks up, kind of barely recognizes you, but he's
Understands.
like, okay, kind of like not quite understanding what's going on. You, it's very apparent, anyways. You don't come down here very often, as opposed to ammo junkie number 1 and
Chainsword junkie.
and the guy anyways who's obsessed with his blade. Oh, it's a chainsword?
I think
Never
so.
mentioned
It's
that.
chainsword.
It's a witchblade, isn't it?
No, you're right. It's Witchblade. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I just have a general. I'm just a chainsword
I
junkie
did-
myself.
Yeah, I didn't know that Eldar used chainswords.
I know, right? I didn't know
normally
either.
use the power blades.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Biting blade, I believe. is what
Yeah, there was like a.
It's for the scorpion S.
They have Eldar chainsword.
Anyways.
Rogue Trader. So I was. Just
We're
like,
table talking.
Yeah, we're table talking.
So, like I said, anyways, you don't come down here very often.
Right.
Not enough, anyways, to be recognizable. The only reason he recognizes you is because you've been on the ship for a while, and you're the only Necron on the ship.
Right.
So he's passed you in the commissary, going, robot, kind of thing. But yeah, so you immediately, anyways, tootle over, anyways, to Secrona, and what are you gonna do?
I put my hand on his shoulder and say, "The orb,
What orb?
the round thing that is in your other hand."
Your other hand, he's still holding it.
Oh, the rock! Why didn't you just say so?
Thank you for being an orc, Secrona. I appreciate that.
I think we should take this to the person who needs it, yes? That is part of the job that leads to the fighting, yes?
Ah!
Right.
So if I give this, is
You the boss.
well, it's not really a boss, but to the meeting.
Malachi, for you, anyways, is definitely a boss.
Okay, fair enough.
He's a nice boss, but he's a weird boss to you because he actually treats you nicely, as opposed to every other boss you've ever had, anyways, who, you know, kicks you around and takes all of your stuff. It's why it's why you left.
But it'd be very, very mean boss.
Fluffy boss.
So I give this to the
He had
boss.
blonde hair.
I give this to the boss. We get to the fighting sooner.
Yes.
I immediately turn around and start walking.
I'm assuming you follow him.
At a fast clip, too. Just
I make it
Real quick, anyways, what are you doing there?
I just want to make sure I have the sword on hand, and I'll likely move. If I
You're
see
gonna
the
follow
orc,
I'm moving very quickly past you at
I
this
probably
point.
won't move as quickly, but I'll make my way towards the bridge because I'm
Okay.
No, not quite the stride of an orc in charge, but like the second closest thing. Just
Okay, so as you're tootling by, obviously, anyways, you're kind of moving in at a little bit faster pace, but you're larger than everybody else. So you're just kind of
longer strides.
You've got longer strides than everybody else. Unfortunately, Ezra, you got to kind of keep up.
You have to jog.
Slight jog.
Slight jog, yeah.
5, 10, 6, what?
7, I think.
6,
Are you a little upset about that, by the way? That you have to jog a little bit?
Honestly, not really. In universe, I mean, height doesn't really matter for much anyway when you're as fast as I am. And out of universe, 6'3" is great for dating and not much else.
I was just thinking, anyways, just because you're having to move at somebody else's speed. That was more of the thing.
No, honestly, it's like
Alright. You're just kind of like, whatever. This happens.
I've been a pirate longer than I've been an Eldar, so
Okay.
It's like originally he was probably peeved at the fact that he had to keep going. Wait, hold on a sec.
So anyways, you guys all hustle your way up to the bridge, and there, anyways, you find Bilko. I already kind of gave the description of him. What are you doing? We should probably start with the guy with the orb first, but he is looking at the orb, actually. He's entranced with it.
I find the boss. I give it a hand. Hold the rock.
So he looks over at you, anyways. What's your name again?
Gratzrull? Or Gratzrull.
Oh, Gratz!
I don't even remember.
What's he up to? Ezykyle came down and said you guys found something.
Hold the rock.
Oh,
Rock. It's already got green bun.
very shiny. Thank you for giving it to me.
The green bun's already lit, by the way.
Ah, yes. And he kind of shakes it a little bit. He kind of does one of these things, anyways, and he hits the green button again, and then who's this thing on? There's Trazyn. Oh, it's been a while since I talked to him. And he listens to the whole thing. The longer it goes, that sly smile slowly starts to turn more into a frown. And then he gets to the back end of the very end of it, anyways. He goes, "Why is this green?" And he looks very pointedly at you.
Because I pressed it.
All right. Remember last time, anyways, that you pushed a button I told you not to?
But you didn't tell me not to. You weren't there.
He calmly puts it in this hand, pulls his plasma pistol, and shoots you in the leg. Reholsters it anyways and goes, what have we learned? You'll wait until you give it to me, yes? Okay. We'll work on it. And get yourself over to the infirmary, all right? And then the commissary, they've got squig there. Fine roasted squig. You'd like it.
By the way, I got a squig pipe for you later.
Squeak pipe.
Yep.
You got the squig pipe. Oh, all right. Well, as he's holding this orb anyways, and he goes, well, wait half a second. Wait half a second.
Meanwhile, I'm bleeding from my leg while I say, wait, sorry.
You're an orc. Yeah, true. While you're talking to him anyways, within 5-10 minutes, it should, like, heal up. It's a las pistol.
Oh, a plasma pistol.
Oh, my bad. My bad. It would have been so much worse. If it was a plasma pistol, I would have roll damage. Yeah. If it was a plasma pistol, I mean, your leg would have been off. Yeah, my bad. I really meant las pistol.
So it's a flashlight. You click the flashlight.
Yes, and as you and it
So
was
it's smart.
So
So it's just growling at you. It's like,
yeah. That's why you gave me that weird look. Okay, yeah, no. So this has happened many times before with you, anyways. Where you do something wrong, he shoots you with this las pistol, and then you kind of remember, kind of thing, to not do that again.
I will say it was the nicest way I've seen someone be maimed. Yeah.
That was kind of the thing I was thinking. But, yeah, I'm sorry, I really meant las pistol, not plasma pistol. We punch people with the plasma pistol. You know? Yeah, sorry.
would you like to not have one anymore?
Or a leg? Yeah. But anyways, so he kind of looks at you guys anyways, he goes, you were there with him. Why the hell did you let him push the damn button?
I was on the opposite side.
Unfortunately, while holding the orb,
He kind of frowns darkly at you anyways, and he looks over at you.
Unfortunately, while holding the orb and paying attention to the message, he was able to reach over before I could stop him. Would you like to shoot me too? Will that make you feel better?
You really should shoot him too.
I swear you are the
I warned him about Trazyn.
He hits a button anyways, and all of a sudden he hears her. Yes, Captain. He goes, Frank, get the tethers ready. We're going back into space.
What, already? I haven't even gotten all this transcripts yet done.
Apparently, we're going to the Geminus Sector.
What? We're gonna die there.
No, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of money in it.
Oh. Well, alright.
Sure about that.
Click off the phone anyways. And he goes, okay. Okay. I want all three of you guys to head to the commissary. All right? I want you to pick up at least 3 dogs. 5 dogs. And bring them back to my chambers anyway, so we can take a look anyways at the map, and eventually anyways we'll meet up with. That way anyways we'll have enough time anyways to go over what we're going to do, and then therefore we can meet up with this new fella. Alright? Mercenary that we're supposed to look up after, alright?
Yeah.
What are you standing down here for? Go!
Yes, Captain.
As I hobble out.
By the time you get out of the bridge anyways, the hobble's not even there. You're just like, you know.
I mean, it's kind of hobble. That's just how orcs walk anyways. It's kind of a...
They trudge.
The truck.
Goes from hobble to trudge pretty quick.
Alright, so you guys are all headed to the commissary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys head to the commissary. What do you do there?
Well, I don't know why I'm getting food.
I was about to say,
Because I don't eat or drink or breathe for that matter.
That's a good point. The breathing part, yeah.
they help carry the extra plates.
Yeah.
We got 5. I'm gonna hope that they're not like actual dogs and that they're just hot dogs.
Oh, by the way.
So you go to the commissariat anyways. He gives you 3 of them anyways that are definitely anyways sausages of some sort anyways. There are 2 of them though anyways that are very elongated and they look like a dachshund. Except for they've got more teeth anyways and they've got less fur on them. It's a weird form of squig. That is solely anyways designed anyways for orcs. They're like incredibly spicy the way that they're prepared, but they're still a squig. And they're like bright red, slightly orange. When you bite into them, you go, just the way the orc wants it. Yeah, kind of like. As it's prepared well, anyways, it will howl, you know. Anyways.
Mortifying. Excellent. Anyway.
So by the time you anyways get back to his room anyways, you get to his room and there's this giant table that he's got anyways. It's a steel table, but the thing that is interesting about his room anyways, it is actually oak. The whole room anyways is encompassed in oak, like wood. So it's got kind of this very earthy tone to it. He's got obviously anyways, his quarters are in the other room anyways, where he's got a bed and whatnot. But here anyways is kind of where he meets people. And by the time you guys get there anyways, you heard as you were coming back anyways, warning warp travel. And you kind of get super stoked because you're hoping for party time anyways.
Gellerfield failure.
Gellerfield failure, yeah.
Which never has happened.
Which never happens on the Nautilus, but he hopes for it. You know,
The Human Weird Boys are off the game today.
and it's right before you go into warp anyways, and you hear Gellerfield at 100%.
No!
And so as you guys tootle in there anyways, and it took you guys long enough to get there and to get to where he was talking, or gets to the new place. And you see Maliki. He's sitting there and he was talking to this very wiry Voton.
Okay.
He's got he's all covered in grease and oil. He looks kind of like a mechanic. He's got a big bushy beard. That is also covered in oil, black, and he's got one lone spike anyways, mohawk anyways, that runs up the top of his head. Big bulbous nose. He's got red eyes, and he just does not look happy at the world. And as you
something that's regular or just
you've never met this person in your entire life of 65 million years. And, or so you think.
So you recall.
Yeah, so you recall.
Who knows for sure?
And Bilko looks at you guys and goes, "Oh, well, here, we actually caught him in transit. We've got Drak Alkite. Our cool. Trazyn's boy.
okay.
They must not have heard anyways we came out to warp. We heard a stress signal anyways, and he showed up here."
This guy is connected to Trazyn.
And as you say that anyways, this wiry Voton turns around with this wide-eyed look in his face like, "What? You think anyways that I'm not attracted to Trazyn? Of course I am! I'm the one that found the damn thing he's looking for."
Does he have any scarabs in his head?
Maliki leans over to you and he goes, "We already checked, no." Anyways, you guys are looking for... What was it you're looking for again?
The song?
The song,
Entropy. Right.
Yeah.
All right, and I've got a way you guys can do that. Now remember, I get my cut. 1/4. 1/4 of the fee. Anybody got a problem with that?
Fair day's work, fair day's pay.
Up to the boss.
No, guys. Oh, no, we don't have a problem with that. Oh, no. And so, Drock goes, okay, so I've got this artifact here. This artifact, anyways, is known as the Song Spirit. Alright? I don't know why it's called that, because it's something stupid some Eldari bastard made. No, I hate you.
I hate YouTube shorts.
Good. Anyway, and you look at this thing, anyways. Make a perception check, all of you guys.
Cool.
Not bad. 17.
13.
6. Okay. It just looks like a ball of sludge. You, on the other hand, it looks like a ball of sludge that is moving. You, on the other hand, it actually looks like an organism of some sort. A weird, bizarre organism.
How is the orc came up with organism, man? That's it's just unfortunate.
It looks like mini squeaks.
Are you gonna poke it?
No, I'm pointing.
Oh, okay. Looks like you could. I mean,
is it
One of us slaps him.
and he kind of looks at it and he goes, and the Votan looks at it and he goes, maybe. Kind of holds out a little bit further towards you.
Really hope.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Hold on.
Wait,
intelligence. Oh no.
You're an orc.
I know. That's the one that got the.
And then you roll a nat 20.
No, it's worse than that. I got a 1. I got a modified 1. That's on a 6.
So he kind of grins and he goes, is it? And he pulls it towards you anyways. And the only thing you can possibly think of is like, I need to poke that.
It's like, I don't even poke it, I just go grab.
So you go to grab this thing anyways, and it went from a ball, it kind of was moving, to immediately flipping around and going, and latching onto your hand. And it's, I mean, you're an orc, so you just kind of like, yeah, that's kind of cool, you know, kind of. And then you start to feel it anyways, like it's got teeth anyways, and it's like slowly starting to eat your hand.
See, this is why we let him touch things.
You wait about 5 seconds because it's interesting, right? Because you're like, wow, that's interesting. And then the pain hits. Ow. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to try to use my other hand to pull it off. Actually,
Okay, I need a strength check.
hey, that's something.
You should be good at that.
I can do that. That is a natural 20.
Okay.
Of course.
You grab this thing and literally rip it like this anyways, but when you do anyways, 2 of your fingers come off with it. And it sticks to the wall like a Nerf thing. It's like whoosh. And
I have to think back to this guy, and then I try to...
I mean, you obviously look at your fingers anyway, slightly confused. You take 2 points of damage. I mean,
no.
But I mean, you're an orc.
To sew on his fingers again.
It's like,
Yeah, someone needs to find his fingers.
I use my hammer to just knock the fingers off the ceiling.
And Bilko kind of looks like, oh, it's okay. Come here. And you put his hand up there anyways, and he gently goes. I mean, it doesn't hurt you because you're an orc, but these two anyways are like, but it's obvious anyways that Bilko has done this a couple of times where he reattached particular
Maybe
things
he
anyways.
shot him off a couple times, you know, to get some points across.
It's left of me not having to actually have the stitches. At least I haven't had my head chopped off yet.
Hey, there you go.
And which either of you guys haven't like an ionized blade?
Mine disintegrates.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, he's just like he looks over at you. Anyways, he goes, "I'll hold it there. I'll get the other one." So you're holding one of the fingers on, anyways, and then he sticks the other one twists it, and he goes, now hold those close anyways, and he wraps it up, and he goes, okay, now just make sure that they stay there. Eventually I'll get back to bed, right? Oh, there you go. Get your damn tool off my wall. And this entire time, by the way, the Voton is just laughing his ass off. And then after Bilko says this anyways, he just kind of gives a high-pitched whistle, and it drops right back into his hand. And he goes, right, now here's the important part, guys.
Don't touch it.
You want to touch it again? Roll for intelligence.
Are you kidding me? That's a 7.
Does anybody want to help him reuse the
I'll help him. Just like
No. Okay, go ahead and roll.
is this intelligence or dexterity? Can I say the
This would be dexterity for you, yeah.
wonderful? Hell yeah, dirty 20.
Okay, so he goes, I want to touch it, and you're like, ooh. You use your other hand,
I
and
just come up and slap his hand, just like no. It already hurt you. Trust me.
you look at the other hand, and you look at that one, and you think really hard, and then you go,
Do you really want another 2 fingers?
It would be the first time.
It'll be the first time, but it doesn't have to be now.
So the Voton scowls at you for a little bit anyways. Okay, but no, the thing you need to remember anyways is that once we activate this, we have 15 hours to get through the hive fleet that is in front of Octavius Prime.
For the love of God, don't press the button.
If we can... we have to press the button when we get there. Not now!
Exactly.
And everybody literally turns and looks at you and goes, not now! Yes! Not now, but when we end up in Tyranid space, once we activate this, we have 15 hours to get to Octarius Prime. Get in, get out with the artifact, and then get away. After 15 hours, this thing will decay and die, and then all the Tyranids will know that we're here. The interesting part about this artifact here is the fact, anyways, that once we activate it, the Tyranids will think, anyways, that this is a hype ship. That's the important part.
Got it.
15 hours. So no matter what you do not activate it before then.
I can think of less eloquent ways to commit suicide.
And Bilko goes, okay, all right. So here's the thing. We got 15 hours to get this done. So how do we get about doing this?
I think.
What's the plan,
I
lads?
think a smaller strike team would likely be more useful.
I'm on board with you there.
Yeah,
But we got to get through the hive Tyranids first. So how do we warp in first? We do the closer the better anyways. I mean, that's a little dangerous. But we go farther out anyways, we might run out of time.
I think we should attempt to get as close as we possibly can. But I don't want to put the lives of our crew at risk here.
We get too close.
I got an idea.
They rip it apart.
I've got an idea. We used to do this all the time.
All right, I'm only going off the wall on this one.
So taking a ship would take too long. So what we do is we shoot ourselves from a rocket straight into the ground. We hollow it out.
Bilko kind of looks at you and nods like this anyways, and he looks at the rest of you guys, and he goes, did you eat your squig dog yet?
Are you one of them?
Have the other one.
All right.
He looks back at the rest of you guys and goes, anyways, moving on.
How are the escape pods? How are the escape pods looking?
I mean, we've got our regular escape pods. We got enough for half the crew.
We could burn a couple of them to send the smaller group straight in. That way we can still come from a distance, but have at least a decent amount of velocity. It's a one-way trip.
To burn it far enough out. Well, how would you get back?
We'd need a shuttle on the way back, but you'd have more time to get that together, wouldn't you?
No.
True. Well, if we're already putting our lives on the line.
Here, let me go ahead and plug this in. He taps in something anyways on his giant table.
Yeah.
And it pops up anyways, and you can see the Octarius system. And Primus is like smack dab right in the middle of it. And you see a bunch of like purple off to one side of it, and you see a bunch of yellow off to the other side. It's all right. Here's the problem. If we come in on this side anyways, we should have enough time. Anyways, if we come through the Hive Fleet anyways, we have enough time to get there. That's getting out that's the problem. Because coming back through anyways, we'll run out of time about halfway through the Hive Fleet. You know, we'll never survive getting out. So it would make more sense anyways that we get in and then we move out through the orc side of it. No. That's the problem. You're moving through orcs. No offense.
To be honest, by the way their ship looks...
The Voton, by the way, gives you a horrible grin and goes, "You should totally take offense." It's just an asshole.
He's just here to hate, and you know what? I respect that.
If we add some stuff to the outside of the ship already looks like, let's face it, it isn't the most sleek, imperial-looking ship out there.
It doesn't look imperial, but it looks pretty damn sleek.
We attach some...
Looks like a dragonfly.
Crappy...
Scrap
to the outside of it.
You're looking over here at the orc, and he was like, "Help me out." And he's like, "Perfect orc response."
Gubbins. That's the word. Gubbins. To the outside.
Gubbins. Okay.
Just wrap the damn thing in aluminum foil.
It grabs
It's painted in red. It says "bang." Yeah.
Attach it to the outside so that when we leave, at least it looks somewhat like a orc salvage ship, which would give it less of a chance of it being attacked by other orcs, thinking, "Oh, it's an orc ship." Running around in.
You still got some boys, anyways, that work at the Octavius sector.
There may be some, yes.
You remember, anyways, what their names are?
The only one I can remember, unfortunately, is...
Actually, I need you to roll for intelligence.
Oh, intelligence. Oh, no.
Or history. History, actually. History. So where are we at?
13.
He has a -6 on history checks.
He rolled a 19.
He rolled a 19.
I almost wish you stuck with the intelligence. Then it would have been a 14.
You vaguely remember, anyways, a few of your friends from back in the day, vaguely, saying something about fighting Tyranids. But you remember that, but you're still like, "Oh, this must be the place because it's the only place that you know of what Tyranids."
I think the boys are there.
Okay.
I can't be 100% certain, but it's the only place I can think of where there's a lot of Tyranids and orcs fighting.
We just need to grab scrap and junk and put it on the side and write things and have him write stuff on it.
Stuff.
Like Bang or Daka or...
Well, we don't write words, you get?
Simple.
We use the proper language.
I think I'm going here with the Necron. You got any other 2 cents you want to add in here?
Oh man, I'm afraid that this bar of intelligence is far below my own.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying we don't use your language. We use proper.
No,
I will never.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying anyways that what you do
Yeah.
is on the Necron side.
I will never ever say this again, and you can call me on this.
All right.
Might have to trust the orc to make the ship look orky enough for us to get through.
No, Tolly actually connected with an orc. All right, I'll go with it. And he kind of grins anyways and kind of nods at you guys and he goes, "All right, we should be entering Octarius space here very soon. So I want you all to get to the bridge along with if you could show the Mr. Voton fella anyways with you.
Okay.
And his weird artifact. I got to get the rest of the ship prepared. So you guys go. I'm assuming go do that. You guys get to the bridge. Soon as you and you can hear the navigator, just like the echoing words in the navigator. Now entering real space. Ding. And thank you for flying Nautilus Airlines. Yes, yes.
Starting in 4 or 5 or 7, 5. What happened to 6? Just kidding.
Have a nice day.
Maybe she's gone from suck to blow. Yeah. But as you guys suck. Sorry. Anyways, as you guys enter real space, the first thing you guys, like I said, anyways, the thing that's cool about this bridge is that you can literally see like almost like a 360 degrees out into space, which I mean normally wouldn't be cool if you're not around anything because it's space. Other than the fact, anyways, you know, I mean, you see all the stars and whatnot. But if you're close to anything, anyways, you can definitely see it. And not only that, but immediately when you come into space, things start being all over this giant glass sphere. And it's literally, anyways, it is like this giant hollow screen, which is kind of interesting about this giant piece of glass. So, and it comes right back anyways to the navigator, and all of a sudden you just see all these like red dots all over the place, just like surrounds you guys. And
huh?
Yes. And
or they also orcs over there.
It's like,
no, it's just Tyranids. You guys did what you suggested anyways, and you guys dropped into the back end anyways of the hive fleet. Because you're going to use the song, not the song entry, but this artifact,
right?
And
Singing stone,
yeah, and so you can get through them. But you guys dropped in really close, and you just see all these different like Tyranids things. And the navigator, anyways, he kind of goes a little bit pale, and he goes, "There are 500,000 Tyranids in the near vicinity, and they have all turned to look at us." And the Voton kind of grins at you. He's the guy that anyways, he can kind of pick on. He goes, "Should I activate the ornament or the artifact?" You can activate it, and he holds it up to you anyways.
Do I need to make another intelligence roll?
Yes, you do.
Damn it.
Eventually you'll roll a good one.
No, today is not that day.
Oh.
5.
Okay.
Is Bilko just gonna shoot him then?
No. Bilko is doing something else. He's not with you guys right now.
Oh, can I just punch him then?
You're gonna punch an orc?
Yes, I'm gonna punch an orc.
Ironically, he's the only guy they probably could punch an orc anyways. The orc would go, "What the hell was that?" But are you really going to punch an orc?
Yes, I'm really going to punch him.
Okay. I did not see this turn of events taking place, but okay. Roll for dexterity, roll for strength, or dexterity against his dexterity.
He probably wins.
22.
Yeah, I got 6.
Sorry, no, 21.
I got 6. So yeah. But either way, it's gonna.
So he starts to go to reach for it anyways, and you go to full on punch him, and he just
my hand immediately goes from that to grabbing yours.
Yeah,
like
and grabs it hard anyways, and starts to like crunch it.
Okay.
What are we doing?
I look at the dwarf and say, "Please take the thing away."
The Voton.
Yeah,
He's a Voton. Yeah.
Please take the thing away.
He kind of is like giving you an evil grin anyways. He goes,
"Don't make me hit you."
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion or intimidation?
Intimidation would work too. Yeah. Intimidation would be good.
This is intimidation. This isn't persuasion. Let's see. 19 plus intimidation uses
Charisma.
yeah. So 20.
So he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Aw," kind of puts it down like this. Unfortunately, anyways, you still pissed off the orc. And he's looking at you anyways, and he's like slowly crunching your arm and just growling at you. Okay, so you have kind of technically the initiative. What are you going to do? Rip his arm off!
That's the immediate thought, but no.
You could. I mean, okay. I'm not going to say you're going to rip his arm off, but I mean, if that's what you want to do next, anyways, we can roll.
I could. I'm just going to try to snap it so it's like bit backwards. So his forearm is now like half the size it was, and it's now touching his elbow.
Okay. I need you to roll for strength, and I need you to roll. I'm assuming you don't want him to do that, right?
Right.
So for you, anyways, I need you to roll persuasion.
Persuasion?
Yes, you need to persuade
Okay.
him to not do that. Well, unless you think you can intimidate him, which I don't know if you
My
can.
persuasion is a -1.
What's your intimidation?
2.
Then maybe try to intimidate him. Okay? So, well, it changes anyways the way that you're going to react to him. So, okay, so are you going to try to intimidate him, I'm assuming, then?
I don't know.
Okay. or is this just a character who's like, do whatever you're going to do?
That's probably what it ended up being, actually.
Okay, I need you to roll for strength then.
Strength,
anyways.
I got a 21.
21. Okay, you take roll a d6.
He's a necron. He can repair it later.
3. Okay, you take 3 points of damage, but unfortunately, anyways, one of your arms, anyways, is
Temporarily.
Your hand is touching your elbow.
Temporarily, yeah.
So that means in the next like 10-15 minutes, anyways, you can't use a versatile weapon. You can only use a one-handed weapon.
Oh no. I'm so expecting to be attacked.
Lovely.
It's like,
Meanwhile, we got the Eldar
Just
here.
kind of like,
It's like,
just like.
this happens every Wednesday.
don't do that again.
By the way, how's your 2 fingers doing? By the way, which hand did he grab me with?
The right. The left is the one that was missing the 2 fingers.
Okay.
Which were squished back on.
They're squished back on.
So
I'm assuming
So
that
while
during
this
this
is
time...
all going on, anyways, you did actually stop the Voton, anyways, from trying to get him to vote.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that...
What are you doing during this entire time?
Oh, God. Is there any way I could just activate the damn thing so he's not keeping us...
You can get him to activate it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be a good time to do it, though.
Yeah, I was just like, for the sake of us and our continued existence, would you mind activating the artifact?
Roll for persuasion.
Thank you.
You could have just said, do you want to get paid or end up at somebody's lunch?
I'm an Eldari. It's gotta be.
He's an Eldari, man. Don't blame on his role playing. I mean, that's what it is, man.
Plus 6, I believe. So that's going to be a 19.
19, anyways. So, I still say anyways, but that's one of the 9 of the things, anyways, people complain about, anyways, on our website or on our YouTube channel. It's either one thing or another. It's either the audio or I say anyways too many times. That's the other thing. Anyways, that's what I think about that.
That should be your first.
The Voton, anyways, Drock, anyways, he kind of rolls his eyes and goes, fine. And you guys all kind of jump for half a second, and he literally takes it in his hand and he crushes it. And you hear this, and then he lets go like this, anyways, and this giant pinkish, purplish slime, anyways, just like hits the top of the wall of the Nautilus, and it just starts to spread. And it's just like this horrid looking purpley mucus thing, anyways, and it spreads all the way across that giant, unfortunately, that 360 sphere anyways. So you used to be able to see the stars, and now it's just this like grungy mucus thing. And you can see it goes down the corridors, and you wait about 15, 20 seconds, and all of a sudden there's this, you hear it anyways, what the fuck have you done to my ship?
Dear Isha, that thing was actually alive.
And then all of a sudden you and the navigator goes, oh, well, everybody's turning aside except for one ship who's already launched their, I can't remember what they call the boarding vessels for.
Spores.
Yeah. One of the boarding spores anyways towards our ship.
Head-on collision.
It'll hit us in T-10, 9, 8, 7, and everybody's kind of looking anyways, and they zoom in on it anyways, and it's a larger spore than you would imagine. It's larger than the torpedo ships that you would see for the Imperium. It's like you're in like, if we were looking at Terran 42 anyways, you're on a battleship, right? This is like a submarine floating towards you. Not a torpedo. A submarine floating towards you. And it's like, oh my. And everybody anyways is starting to get panicked around you. The klaxon alarms anyways are ringing. And you finally hear anyways the navigator go, 3, 2, 1, impact. And the whole ship anyways starts to shimmy and sway as you hear anyways and the crashing sound, and the alarms start to go off. And that, unfortunately, is where we're going to end the session for this week. For those listening anyways, thank you for being here. Join us next month anyways for the exciting conclusion of this. Well, not the conclusion, but the
conclusion of the...
We're certainly going to have to deal with that boarding vessel.
The boarding vessel. There we go. We got the conclusion of something.
Real quick anyways, a couple shout outs and thanks anyways. First off anyways, for my girls anyways, hopefully you guys got a hold of the channel. Did they say hi at all on chat?
No.
Oh. Well, you should have. But hi, girls. Also my wife anyways for letting me actually drive all the way down here anyways to do this with you guys. But most importantly, also thank you Yuksen anyways, who's the guy that does the channel with me. Ezra, thank you for being down here. Kyle, who can't hear because he's at a work meeting now. Yes, that's why he can finish the rest of it off. Right? We will work with that. But most importantly anyways, Secrona over here anyways, he's the one that actually set up all the cameras. He is our producer for all this, so much thanks to you, Mr. Secrona.
If there's any echoes in the audio, I apologize. It was kind of short notice. Hopefully next time we'll get it a little better adjusted.
Well, not only that, but we'll kind of be doing what we're doing anyways. We ran a few hiccups here anyways. That's why we're also a little late. But yes, next time anyways we will be doing this is at the end of next month.
May.
On Monday, like we did this time. And for those of you anyways that miss this one anyways, you can obviously anyways watch the live stream on YouTube. But we will also be having a video anyways that will be an edited version Saturday. As well as being able to producing this for the podcast. But until then anyways, good of all of you guys anyways to be here anyways. Let's go ahead and send you off. Thank you anyways for being here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. And let's go ahead and send you off anyways with the intro video that we already had, because it's the only animation that I have. So here we go. How do we do this again, Mr. Producer? We hit this button, right?
You just go down there. Goodbye, everyone.
Later.
We're your brothers in arms now. On your shoulders you pull. All humanity forward. Paid in full. We're humanity's finest. Young Imperium son. Show them all where the line is now.